What's up, you guys? I want to talk about Surviving R. Kelly. I'm watching this, and first of all, my mom is braiding my hair, and she's not done yet, so I'm waiting for her to get back from the Cheesecake Factory. She better brought my Asian chicken salad because I'm starving. I worked my butt off today. We cleaned 3 houses, made a bunch of beds. A bitch is tired, not tired, tired, and hungry. Anyway, and this just so I don't even know where to begin, really. I actually missed the first part with Aaliyah. I missed that whole thing. Hopefully they'll I think they're replaying it again. But from my understanding, R. Kelly, I guess, was molested by an older man in his neighborhood, and also molested by a female babysitter. I've never been molested, but what I've noticed with people that get molested is some tend to repeat what's happened to them. Others suppress it and, may turn to drugs or whatever. Some become more promiscuous, or some just be normal as hell and move on with their life and figure out a way to deal with it. Is hot as hell in here. Sorry. Oh, Lord. And then others, they find a way to deal with it healthy and move on. So I'm watching this, I watched I think there was like 3 parts today or something like that. The final part is tomorrow. But I'm blown away by the fact that it's been 30 years and this man has just been walking around just free as a bird, making music, and I was so mad at myself because of course I was singing along during I Believe I Can Fly when they were talking about that. Used to love that song. Me and my sister used to sit in the kitchen. Who could hold the I Believe I Can Fly note the longest? Ridiculous. But it's like, you're watching this R. Kelly can barely read and write, yet he's got a damn near sex cult of teenage girls living in his house. He's surrounded by all these people who are yesing him because at the end of the day, money talks. Let's keep it real. Human beings ain't shit. We haven't been shit since the dawn of time. And we find ways to manipulate and exploit people who we find weaker or lesser beings. And then we use that. And of course, not everyone's like that, but it's like, I'm frustrated. I'm actually very upset and annoyed after watching this because I'm just sitting there like angry. Just like, you. So they interview a few of his family members. They interview his older brother who's clearly in prison. He was wearing like this light brown jumpsuit with a number on it. This Negro here, okay? This guy goes, it's a preference. I mean, some men have a preference. He liked younger women. My preference, I like older women. It's a preference. It's a preference? Really? It's a preference. That's why your ass is in prison right now. I don't know what you're in there for, but you need to stay there. If that is your level and your line of thinking, you need to be there. You should stay there. You're an idiot. I'm trying to not curse as much in 2019, but I'm going to be dropping some F-bombs in this because this shit right here bothered the entire fucks out of me. Not fuck, but fucks out of me. Anyway, so then later on, I'm skipping on. I'm not giving a recap. I'm just giving my opinion. Y'all are going to have to watch that shit. It's on Lifetime. It's fantastic. I guess for me since I've moved up to Washington, I've gotten more into my spirituality and God and really understanding things, especially about the movie industry, the music industry, any big industry, basically. And it's funny, like, Lucifer was the angel of music in heaven. Let that shit sink in for a minute. I'll say it again. Lucifer was the angel of music in heaven. Let that sink in. I find that we as people care more about the material shit and getting money and getting paid over like morality. There is no morality anymore. Don't get me started. This turned into a fucking 45-minute video about morality. But it's like, this dude couldn't read or write, really. And yes, he's a musical genius. Oh my God, he makes amazing music. And let me tell you something. I've been a fan of R. Kelly since I was in junior high. I remember when Aaliyah came out. God, may she rest in peace. Love Aaliyah. And it's like, he's a genius, yes. But so what? So you're a genius. So you create amazing music. Who cares? Have you solved cancer yet? Have you figured out the cure for the common cold? Do you give to charities? What the fuck do? You make music. That's it. And people look up to you like you're a god. And they'll bow down to your ass and argue in your defense when the shit is right in front of their eyes, the truth. You're a fucking singer at the end of the day. So what? So fucking what? Who fucking cares? You didn't fucking split the atom. Shit. You can't even spell atom. I'm sorry for yelling. It's infuriating to me that this man who called himself the Pied Piper of R&B, have you read what the Pied Piper's about, bitches? The Pied Piper is about a dude who plays music where he leads the children out of the town in their houses by playing the flute and the music, and they follow him to wherever. We never actually know where the Pied Piper goes, but it's in your face. Like they said on this docuseries, he was hiding in plain sight. It is amazing how society is and how we go with the shit and we're okay with it. This is a weird segue, a weird comparison, but when I was in film school in early 2000, I'm sorry, I'm spitting, I'm getting animated. This shit irritated me. I don't understand people. Anyway, I remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger was running for the governor of California, and most of the people that I went to film school with were like, oh, I'm going to vote for him. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Da, da, da. You don't love Arnold Schwarzenegger. You love Arnold Schwarzenegger, the actor. You don't know what he's like politically. You have no idea. And I remember talking to this one kid who I had a crush on. He was in one of my acting classes. He was dumb as rocks, beautiful as hell, but dumber than a sack full of hammers, just stupid as hell. Nice guy, but wow. Anyway, he was like, well, yeah, he's great. I'm a big fan of his movies and, why not vote for him? Who doesn't love Arnold Schwarzenegger? And I was like, but this is not a role, man. This is not a movie. This is real life. He's going to be the governor. And then what happened? He bankrupted California. Fucking moron. Couldn't even pronounce California right. But anyway, I stole that from D.L. Hughley. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, what I'm getting from this R. Kelly docuseries is even the people that worked with him, y'all motherfuckers knew what was going on. Don't get on national TV and talk about how terrible it was when you knew what the fuck was going on. The one chick who said she walked in on him having sex with Aaliyah on the tour bus, you knew she was a damn teenager, but you didn't say anything. And here's what's crazy too, because you have to look at it from both perspectives. I'm a backup singer. I'm providing for my family. I'm also living my dream. I'm working with this genius R. Kelly, and he's got this amazing artist. I walk in on them having sex. She's 15 years old. He's my boss. What do I do? Asia, that's me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Asia. Asia Iman Esterak. Asia doesn't give a fuck about the money or providing for the family or any of that shit, because that shit will come. Money comes, money go. You're going to get money either way. It's going to happen. No matter where you get it from, you're going to get it. But my moral scope, my moral fiber, the shit that my mama instilled in me could not allow for me to work for someone like that. It could not allow for me to watch someone take advantage of somebody. I could not do that. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I wouldn't. And what's funny is I don't even like to watch murder shows on the ID channel. My mother loves watching that shit. I can't watch that shit because it bothers me, because that shit's real. The shit really happened. I'd rather watch some fictional shit where motherfuckers is fighting superheroes and Why is the computer dimming? It's recording. Anyway, sorry. Like, this was a very interesting docuseries. I'm all over the place because I'm baffled by the fact that this man has been getting away with this shit, and now he got girls in a house there right now. And what is it, Illinois and Georgia? He has like 2 spots. I can't wait for tomorrow night because they're gonna talk about that shit, the whole sex cult thing. Actually, it's not a quote. That's what it is. This motherfucker got people calling him daddy and shit. Daddy? Really? And just the physical and mental abuse. So I didn't know that R. Kelly was married until I saw the show, what is it, Hollywood X's. I was watching Funky Dineva's live earlier, and he said the exact same thing. And the funny thing is, Andrea Kelly, I think she used to go, everybody called her Drea on the show. She was like my favorite person on the show. I loved her. The show had Nicole Murphy and Maite, who used to be married to R. Kelly, and Jose Canseco's ex-wife. And I think in the second season, Martin Lawrence's ex-wife was on there as well. But good show. I'm sorry that it didn't come back, but I enjoyed it. But it's like you're married and I lost my train of thought because somebody texted me, but this is what I was going to say. Now I remember. So they do the whole civil trial shit, and but not civil trial. I'm thinking of OJ, but they did the trial, whatever. These lawyers, I don't understand lawyers. I could never be a criminal lawyer. How can you defend this shit? When they showed the sex tape of him urinating in the 14-year-old girl's mouth, which I didn't know that, it's like, and then they interview one of the jurors, and this motherfucker talking about he didn't believe it. He couldn't, he saw how the girls were and how they were dressed. Don't judge me by a jury of my peers, because my peers aren't smart. They're dumb. They're dumb. I'm so frustrated. I'm sorry. I sound crazy right now. This bothers me that we live in a fucking sheep society. We're all just sheep. And we follow the shiny floating object, Because here's the irony. If some shit came out tomorrow where Beyonce was a part of some weird child sex ring thing, to the Beehive would be, oh, y'all are lying. That isn't true. It's Beyonce. Blah, 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 blah. As if she weren't human. As if you cut her and she didn't bleed blood. You know what I mean? Like, R. Kelly cannot read or write. I don't care if he creates great music. That's ridiculous. So what? Fucking split the atom, motherfucker. Fucking find the cure for cancer. Find a cure for AIDS. And I might give you a pass. And even then I'm gonna be like, okay, so. But like, okay, so you fucking did the 12-pay remix. You fucking did Trapped in a Closet. You're a fucking clown at the end of the day. And it baffles my mind that this has been going on for 30 years. And what's funny is there's so many R. Kellys out there. There's a gazillion of them. Shit, if you look up Jimmy Savile, Saville, Jimmy Savile. He was a British children's television presenter. Motherfucker was beloved by the country. This motherfucker raped over 1,000 children. And none of the shit was discovered until after he died. Look that shit up. Look it up. Man, fuck R. Kelly. And fuck his stupid ass brother, Bruce Kelly. That motherfucker, stop interviewing him. I don't need to see him on my screen anymore. That guy, so the whole sex tape thing, apparently R. Kelly tried to get his other brother, who he says looks just like him. Them motherfuckers look nothing alike. That he wanted the brother to say that he was in the tape. So they're interviewing the older brother, Bruce Kelly, the one that's in the one that's in prison, and he's telling the story of apparently the brother they wanted to take the fall to say that was in the tape. Forgive me, I can't remember his name right now. That they would offer him $100,000 to say that he was in the tape. This moron, this person, I'm trying not to curse, but it's hard. This stunad sits there and goes, you could have been rich. Why didn't you just say it was you? I mean, it's $100,000. $100,000 ain't shit in 2019. Okay? And it probably wasn't shit when it was in 2008. It wasn't shit then either. What are you talking about? You're a moron. That's why you're in prison. I'm bothered by this. See, I'm bothered that most people's moral scopes are skewed. They really are, because guess what? At the end of the day, most people have a price. Some people can be bought. I can't be bought. I can't. But it scares me that I live in a world, in a society where people can be bought and they can be silenced and let shit like that go on. This man preyed on little girls. He went to high schools and preyed on teenage girls, paid off families, and just fucking ran amok. He's the Pied Piper. He named himself that. Absolutely right. Anyway, I've ranted long enough. It's 16 minutes and 13 seconds. I hope you're having a great new year. Fuck R. Kelly.